Hey folks, WTP here at ASOTUCON in 2025. I am here with Dan Dionne of RockED, and we're discussing ASOTUCON, and we're discussing video, and we're discussing technicians and a lot of different things here. There's been a few different panels and a few different sessions that have kind of touched on fixed in certain capacities. I just had a great recording with a gentleman by the name of Ray Davila, Buchanan Auto Source, and we got really deep into the weeds about empathy, compassion, leadership, and how that affects culture.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we kind of touched on, but we didn't get into, is training.
Yeah.
One of the challenges that we as technicians, even I remember going back many moons when I was still doing lots of brand technical training, even I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go because it was boring and it felt like I knew most of the material already.
I was just going to ask you why you didn't want to do training, but you kind of already answered that question a little bit.
Yeah, because it was boring.
Yeah.
It wasn't engaging, and it was the same instructors all of the time.
Sure.
And unfortunately, some of them didn't have any background in actually fixing not only the brand, but cars or trucks in general.
Yeah.
So one of the challenges of technicians today, especially as there's way more, is that they still don't want to do it. So how do you manage that? Well, not just technicians, but everybody. How do they manage? How do you, as RockED, manage them doing the training that you supply?
Yeah, you know, I think I look at training more like coaching, but also that you as a technician or service advisor or whatever your role is in the dealership, I think you would consider yourself a professional in that field. And I look at your jobs being, I would say, let's just use service advisors for example. You're a professional service advisor. Is that fair to say? Okay. If you watch football, baseball, they're professional baseball players, professional football players, whatever it might be. What do they do every single day?
Training.
They watch film, and then they go warm up a little bit, but then they practice what they just watched on film. So why wouldn't we, as service advisors that we consider ourselves professionals, treat our own profession the same way? So kind of how we've done it to try to get people more excited about it, lower the daily expectation to about 5 to 10 minutes. I like 10 minutes, but break it down into 90-second little bite-sized pieces of clips that people can stay really engaged with, learn 1 or 2 new things a day. Us at RockED, myself included, big believers in daily continuous improvement. And it's really about getting 1% better every day, learning from other professionals in your fields to take their experience and put it into your own role. But if you look at yourself, like I said, like a professional, well, how does, and I hope I don't upset anybody with this, but how does Tom Brady win 7 Super Bowls? He watched film every single day. He was the first in, he was the last out. He became the best. I'm not saying you need to be the best, but you can work on being the best version of yourself in your profession.
Agreed.
And sorry, last point. And that's how you get that motivation there to do what you would consider, I don't think I need that. Correct. I'm going to tell you, everybody needs a little bit of.
Let's go learning.
Yeah.
We're at ASOTUCON 2025.
Yep.
What is something that you've learned in the last 48 hours here at the show that a fixed director, a service manager, or something like that could take away?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a little bit of self-serving answer, but every single thing we saw, and there's a ton of incredible companies out there. There's the talks that were there, the people that were getting involved, the content today, the last couple of days has been incredible. But it all came back to one thing, which is you're buying all these techs to help everybody do their job better. So in reality, you're investing in your people, whether you realize it or not. So I think that's the underlying theme for me, especially someone that helps with professional development and daily coaching. This is the perfect time to continue pushing that go fast button on investing in your people. Because today during Steve Greenfield's talk, how much of a budget of a dealership is allocated just towards salary? And I'm putting you on the spot here. I know I've done it a couple times already.
I didn't get to hear the talk, so I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on a guess here that salary in the average store is what, 55%?
Really, really good guess. It's 60%. And that's rounding up from 59.4. So let's go with 60.
I was 4% off.
So close. But anyway, so why would you spend 60% of your budget in your dealership on your people if you're not investing in them? Whether that's daily coaching or the right tools so that they can be their best, or the right leader to push people to be their best. You know, for like I said, it's a self-serving answer. Coaching and daily improvement is the best way to protect that investment because the cost of turnover now is so high. Every single person you have to replace is about $15K just in operating expenses. So if you lose 100 people a year, I'll let y'all do the math. That's a lot of money to lose in people that could have been better in their job if you gave them the investment to do that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I believe Peter Smith said he aggregated some data and pulled in some data from a couple different places. I think replacing a service, I don't remember the service advisor number, but the technician number, to replace a technician is $127,000.
I'm sure that's part of like all the lost revenue, all the customers going somewhere else because they lost their favorite person.
The lost productivity of the person that's going to train them, the lost productivity of the admin staff that now has to train yet another person through the processes.
Yes. And the biggest challenge that when we talk to dealers, especially when it comes to the technician shortage, I don't want to say shortage, but technician challenges is nothing is stopping. And this affects single points all the way up to Lithia. Nothing is stopping the dealership next to you from offering them $1 more per hour. But what are you doing to keep them there?
And as Roy Davila just said in the podcast we shot, if price outweighs value, what are you getting? If value outweighs price, what are you getting? That $1 an hour for that technician, if they care about the $1 an hour, what are you providing as an employer, as a leader?
Right.
You're not cultivating a culture of stay.
Right.
And that's, again, speaks to, I've forgotten, Claude said it. Don't do an exit interview, do a stay interview.
Keep interview, stay interview. Yeah.
Like that's
one of our best dealer partners that they consume tens of thousands of content on our platform every single month. That was part of our process when we were working with them to figure out if we were the right fit for them, is they actually did stay interviews and people were like, we want more daily coaching. And we happen to be talking to them at the right place, right time. And it's now just part of their culture. And a lot of it came out of actually a stay interview with the technician.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
See, again, we're proving that top operators create moments so that people in the team feel like people and feel like they're being heard. The fact that they've conducted a stay interview at all, the fact that they are listening to the team. Okay, the team, a high percentage of the team have said, we want more coaching, we want more training.
It wasn't even a high percentage. It was a couple of their best trainers or best technicians. They didn't want to lose them, so they did stay interviews with people that have been there for a long time, knowing they're probably going to get an offer because they're so good. What is going to keep you working at our dealerships? And they didn't say more money. They didn't say more perks. They said, I just want to be the best I can be at my job.
That's crazy. Yeah. See, again, we're talking about personal development. We're talking about professional development. Every single day I talk to somebody, and I've talked to lots of people in the last 48 hours.
I'm sure you have.
Training.
My voice cracks. I apologize. We're at the end in 4 days or 2 days, whatever it is. So,
that's all right.
You know,
mine too. I'm surprised I still have a voice.
Same.
Especially between almost losing it on night one, when we're like all gas, no brakes, right off the rip, right? Like that was awesome.
Yeah.
So the question I ask every guest I've ever interviewed is, what's one piece of advice you would give to a technician to help them be happier, healthier, and more productive tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to use that same example from that dealership group that's a partner of ours. She spoke up. She said what she wanted. Not, I don't want to say demanding. And she wasn't saying, I want more money. She wasn't saying, I want perks. She wasn't saying, I want all this stuff. She's like, I just want professional development. She wants, I want to be my best self. I want to be in these roles. Give me the tools to do that. So for you as a technician, whatever your role is, advocate for yourself. Speak up in what you want. I hate saying the term or the phrase, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Squeaky wheels make a lot of noise and it's kind of unbearable. But advocate for yourself is really what I'm trying to say. Go out there and find that professional development where you find it, but go to your leader, go to your manager, ask for that guidance.
I think that leads into one of the things that Claude said is power skill. It's not a squeaky wheel if you're professional about how you communicate what you want.
Correct.
If you go to your leader, or you are a leader and you go to the top leader, and you say, I am currently doing this. These are the things that I've done over the last 90 days to improve myself as a technician or as a service advisor or as a salesperson. I want to be better. These are the 3 avenues that I see me getting better. Here's the options. Here's the prices. Here's the research. Now, can you go do your due diligence? I would be happy with any of these 3. And I would be happy if I got all 3, but obviously not necessarily at the same time. But these are the 3 avenues to help me be better in whatever it is that I'm doing.
And you should be more than comfortable having that conversation with whoever your leader is to say, I'm coming to you as my leader. I need your help. I need to be better. I know you can't be with me every step of the way. How can you help me do that? Every leader should want that conversation.
And in your circumstance, it's 5 to 10 minutes a day.
I love that. Yes.
Dan, it's been a pleasure.
Josh, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your time. Remember, folks, negative pushes, positive pulls, and always clean your toys before you put them away.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
You can be the best technician in your class. You might be able to diagnose any issue or fix any vehicle. But if you struggle to document your work properly, to manage your time successfully, and to navigate the controlled chaos that is automotive service efficiently, you will surely face difficult headwinds. That's why I teamed up with Chris and Chuck to bring you the most robust learning curriculum for automotive technicians with a heavy focus on soft skills like those just listed. I can assure you that there is nothing like this currently available in the industry today. Stay tuned as we launch our technician onboarding certification exclusively on the RockED app.